from New York City, it's Wendy Williams. Today, starring in one of the hottest movies of the year, Meagan Good reveals how she stole Rod Burgundy's heart. Plus, style expert Chassie shows us holiday fashions for every occasion and all the latest juicy hot topics. Now, here's Wendy.
We're back together. I love Mondays so I can see you and talk to you about all the stuff that's been going on. It's official. Chloe and Lamar are getting their divorce. Well, I told you that's what she needed, but we'll talk. And also, you won't believe what Lindsay Lohan's next career move is. It's a good one, but there's not enough money involved. I'll explain. And we'll break down the Real Housewives of Atlanta, last night's edition. Let's talk about it and more. It's time for Hot Topics. We only have an hour. You know, to me, a good weekend starts with a Sex and the City marathon, and there was one. And was I the only one obsessing over the Will and Grace marathon? Apparently I was. I love Will and Grace. And I already started hoarding light bulbs this weekend. Well, I'll tell you why. Did you hear the report over the weekend that they're discontinuing regular light bulbs as of 2014? Okay, I don't want all that bad lighting from those energy savers in the house. Have you ever, I mean, I get the whole energy saving thing, but the lighting is so bad. And I heard that they emit a secret gas. So, attention everybody in Jersey. If you live near me and you go to King's or ShopRite, don't look for light bulbs because I bought them all. And I'll be hitting Home Depot tomorrow. Light my chandeliers with that ugly lighting, will you? No bueno. Also, one of the things I did over the weekend was I poured through the Beyonce videos. I knew I wasn't the only one. That was a major surprise for her fans. I mean, in this age of the internet leaking things and just people talking, whether it's a makeup artist or the person that does the hair, but everybody kept the secret. And so she managed to release this album with no promotion. And everybody who worked on the album with her kept the secret, including Drake and Justin Timberlake and Miguel and Frank Ocean. I know people who worked on makeup for a couple of these videos, and they didn't even know what was going on. I said, well, what did you see? They said Beyonce had, you know, the things in her ears, and we just saw her moving, but it wasn't like she was doing a video. I just think it's cool that everybody kept confidence. And so there are 17 music videos, which I absolutely love. I know. Really good. She gave us real glimpses into what appears to be, look, there's her daughter. I know, seeing her be active and everything. My favorite song is Drunken Love. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because first of all, it looked like they were really drunk. I love when she does a song with Jay-Z because it just further cements their love. You know, I love when they work together. So I love that song, Drunken Love. And nice. And that's the way you do it. I mean, it's the #1 album now in the country. After a matter of, you know, a few hours, the album had already sold like over 500,000 copies in a matter of like quick. And now that the weekend has passed, I'm sure it's probably near 1 million at this particular point. You know, just buy it on the internet, Miley. You don't have to get on a wrecking ball and twerk. Rihanna, you know, you don't have to send constant tweets all day long. I just think it's fantastic that Beyonce was able to pull this off. Only she could do something like that, though. Yeah. So it's official. Chloe and Lamar are getting a divorce. She filed. Not all, you guys. Stop being sappy. I told you, nobody can cure Lamar until Lamar wants to be cured. I told you. And, you know, if it is that he has a problem with drugs, I told you as a former offender that that's a lot of baggage. Okay, first of all, she filed on Friday the 13th, citing irreconcilable differences. They've been struggling in their marriage after Lamar's alleged drug use and cheating. I already said, you know, that he doesn't seem like he wants to get clean if he's allegedly using drugs. He doesn't seem like he wants to get clean. And why should Chloe, at 31 years old, have to deal with all that nonsense? They don't have any kids together. I know they've been married for 5 years, but everybody's rich. It's not like, you know, even if they bought a house together, you know, that's like rich people's problems. They're not breaking up a happy home, though, with a bunch of kids. So I said to Chloe through the TV, and I told you all this, cut your losses now. You know, give yourself a few months to be single, and then get back into the game. Yeah. And Lamar says that he wants to be married to his basketball career. Okay, so that's fine. He's got a 1-year contract with the Clippers, you know. I don't know, Lamar, what you're doing in your personal life when the blinds are pulled and the door is closed, but if in fact you are getting high, good luck. Good luck. In the meantime, Chloe may have already moved on with a Dodgers player by the name of Matt Kemp. Let's look at him. Nice. Rihanna hit that. Well, they were a couple. You know what? For the life of me, I can't understand why a lot of you sports players dress like real cornballs. You know, Matt Kemp, you could fit a village of children underneath your cuff. Why is your cuff so big? Why are you dressed like that? He looks like he's into Rihanna, though, when they were together, right? Yeah, but they didn't stay together, I guess, very long, so now Chloe's got next. No, Chloe and Matt have been spotted numerous times. Most recently, one of the spottings was she was driving her white Range Rover and he was driving his Bentley, and then they went to work out together. You know, which doesn't necessarily mean anything's jumping off. It could just be that, you know, he's a sensible ear for her to listen to, you know, while she's... You don't waste time talking to something like that, right? You get right to business? Okay, all right. Well, anyway, Chloe, good luck with everything. Lamar, divorce is never easy, but you guys needed one, and good luck. Yeah. I made short ribs last night for dinner. For the boys. For my boy. But for me, I had liver. Calves liver. And string beans with full-fat ham hock. And a little pile of brown rice. And I propped the pillow up in the bed, and I put the pillow right here, and I ate while I watched The Housewives of Atlanta. The ladies got together for a road trip to Savannah, Georgia. And Kenya and Candy butted heads before the bus even took off. All right, so you watch and then we'll talk, because I got a lot to say. Go ahead.
Everybody's blocking you out right about it.
Everybody's not blocking me out right now.
And you don't nobody give a about what you saying, so sit your ass down.
Everybody, I'm not gonna sit down, Candy.
If you ready to go, go. Okay, well then I guess you don't have to stand here all damn day. Don't nobody want to hear you yelling.
I'm not yelling.
No, but you are yelling.
We're headed on another trip that we can't even get started off on the right foot. I mean, am I wrong for putting the trip together? I'm just trying to do something good, but fault me for being an angel.
So, here's what happened. So Nene was planning this trip. Now, this is supposed to be the big trip, you know, when, you know, all the Housewives franchises, they have a big trip. Bravo, why was their big trip to Savannah, only 4 hours away. Shout out to everybody in Savannah. I love you all, but I'm just saying, the housewives have been to Africa. They go to Tahiti and Aruba and places like that. Savannah, really? Anyway, it was like a 4-hour drive from Atlanta, and all of the women were late for the bus. Now, not just late. See, Kenya thought that she was the queen bee because she was the first one there, but Kenya, as Andy Cohen called out last night on Watch What Happens, was an hour late, and she was just the first one of the rest of them being late. Phaedra was like 3 hours late. She was the last one to get there. I don't get that whole late thing. I can't stand late people. And I know I'm late sometimes, but it's usually my husband's fault, you know, because on account of if he's the one driving, you know. But maybe it's because I've always been live radio. You gotta be on time, you know. And also, you know, here in the tri-state area, there's so much traffic. You know, we have to leave at least an hour before we go to the grocery store. It's just ridiculous. But, you know, so they were all late, and I would have left them all. And Nene was upset. I would have been upset too. Late is a sign of disrespect, and then here goes Phaedra. She was the latest of all the lates, like hours late, and she said, well, you know, I'm a mother. There's no excuse. There's no excuse. When you're a mother, you know to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning instead of your usual 6 o'clock in the morning, because you know you've got stuff to do if you're going to be meeting your girls on time at noon. There's no excuse. And I believe being late crosses all colors, although it's my people who get the CP time thing. CP time means color people's time. We get that, but no, I'd rather be early than be late. That's why in my bag, I always have an extra charger in case I want to go read the blogs on my phone. I always have magazines, you know, the good ones, like, you know, Life and Style and The Star and stuff. And I always have a book. Get there early and occupy yourself. There was no excuse for being that late. I still can't believe they went to Savannah, though. We need to budget up and send these girls someplace else. Anyway, I'll be watching next week because now they're still in Savannah, so that's when all the mess will go down next week. And then Kenya's coming here tomorrow, so we'll talk to her. I know. Okay. Lindsay Lohan is writing a tell-all book. First of all, from far away, it looks like, what is she wearing? But close up, I actually like that. Can't you see? It's white glitter and black glitter and thigh-high boots. And she's at the Jingle Balls. You know, just you see, Z100 Jingle Ball, that's here in New York. So she was there and she brought on Miley Cyrus. So when you go to Jingle Ball, you have to dress cool. And she's dressing cool. All right, I'm the only one who thinks so. Well, look, Lindsay reportedly has several major book offers for a book. She wants to write a tell-all book. But the most money so far that people are offering is 6 figures. Which is absolutely, I know, you're still saying, you know, oh, you would love to have 6 figures to write a book. But no, comparatively speaking, now listen, Lena Dunham from that Girls show got $3.5 million for her upcoming book. Now, I have no idea what story she's gonna tell for $3.5 million. I mean, best I know, all the subjects that I like, she doesn't really participate in or I don't hear. Wig pulling, drug doing, shoplifting. I mean, when you read these stars' books, you know what I mean? You want it to be raw. You want to hear about the sex, the drugs, all that. Lena is just a regular girl. You know, they try to give her the business because she's a little fluffy. But no, she's just a regular girl who lives in Brooklyn. Nobody wants to read that for $3.5 million. All due respect, Lena. All due respect, all due respect. I mean, no, the book world is suffering. Nobody's reading anymore. That's all I'm saying. Now, if you're gonna give $3.5 million to somebody, give it to Lindsay. Because reportedly, the book, if she tells the truth, reportedly, she's been journaling since she started rehab. So she's going to write about, she said, every part of her life, including the arrest, the family, and the drug abuse. Well, so far, so good. But you've got to tell the truth, Lindsay. And I'd get that book, even though you're being underpaid. You need to be getting what Lena Dunham's getting, and she needs to be getting what you're getting. The Oprah cameras were following Lindsay while she was having these book meetings. So when she does her special, we'll be able to see, like, what does Lindsay wear to negotiate for a book contract? You know, does she wear the glittery t-shirt or what? I will get this book, but I'll tell you what else I'm going to do. Just to be sure I got my money's worth, I'm gonna compare the book page by page to all the articles that have ever been written about her, and like the ones in the National Enquirer, and what we see on TMZ. Maybe that's why she didn't get enough money, because your story is pretty much out there, girl. Yeah. Anyway, speaking of Oprah, Oprah recently explained why she doesn't regret having kids. And here's what she told The Hollywood Reporter magazine. She said, if I had kids, my kids would hate me. They would have ended up on the equivalent of the Oprah show talking about me, because something in my life would have had to suffer, and it would have probably been them. Well, I don't agree that you have to suffer, that other parts of your life have to suffer because you have kids. I believe other parts of your life aren't as good as maybe they could be. But I don't know. I mean, to each his own. But I would rather do several things okay in order to make a way to have children and love in my life. You know, I don't know that I'm the best mother, you know, but I do the best I can. I don't know if I'm the best wife, but I do the best I can. I don't know if I'm the best talk show host, but I do I do the best I can. And I know that after I leave you good people on the television, I like to go home to my little messy life, collecting light bulbs, and I do the best I can. But you know what? To each his own. So that's what Oprah has to say. Now, Rihanna is a girl who always says it like she means it, and she recently posted pictures of some expensive designer outfits and things that she got for Christmas gifts from other people. So one of her fans commented that Rihanna should help dying people and instead of flaunting her expensive gifts. I love this outfit. Oh, if I could. Those doors would open up, I'd be like, bam! Ah! In typical Rihanna fashion, though, she lashed out at the fan who told her that she doesn't need to flaunt her excess wealth and gifts. She says, my Prada shoes that I spent nothing on can't stop anyone from dying. True point. However, the $100,000 I just sent to the Philippines will. Now, eject, reject with your ratchet ass. Begging for purses. Out of here. I agree. I'm always so shocked that celebrities get into these Twitter feuds, but she did have a point right there. You know, the only people that I don't like taking pictures and putting them on Instagram are the Kardashians. I don't like when they do that because I feel as though they are just so disgusting and all about the money. We could say a lot about Rihanna, and we do, but she doesn't come off as money being the motivating factor of what she does, you know? So therefore, I don't mind, personally speaking, seeing her take pictures of, you know, her Prada bags and things. And like she said, she gave $100,000 to, and I'm sure she does a lot of giving. Must be nice. Let's talk about Amber Rose. I know. Well, by the way, what did Amber and Kanye ever have in common? You know, now that we know more of the cuckoo crazy of him, and she seems to be so low-key and happy with her new baby, and look, nobody looks happy there. Yep. Yep. He looks like he just stole her joy, right? With his weird self. Anyway, Amber, but you know what he did give her? He gave her fame. We wouldn't have known Amber Rose, you know? Then she started talking. I don't like when she talks. I mean, I like when she talks when she comes here. She's talked to us. But remember when all we used to do was see Kanye walking around with a pretty bald blonde lady? And she created her own mystique because she wouldn't talk, you know? Anyway, now she's talking. Anyway, okay, so Amber had the baby with friend to the show, rapper Wiz Khalifa, and she's showing off her body 10 months, not 10 minutes, but 10 months after giving birth. She posted the picture. Is that another onesie? Is that like the thing that Rihanna was wearing except sleeveless? Is that another onesie? I love that outfit. Anyway, there she is, and I'm glad that it took her 10 months. She did it, obviously, the healthy way, unlike a lot of these starlets feel as though they have to rush. I love her love with him. Don't you love her love with that Wiz Khalifa? They're cute, and the baby, and they're happy. I love that. Anyway, clap it up, everybody. We have a great show for you today. Yeah. Today, we're gonna show you the perfect holiday fashions for every occasion, but up next, from the new movie Anchorman 2, the beautiful and talented Meagan Good is here. Our first guest stars in the most anticipated comedy of the year, Anchorman 2, The Legend Continues. Let's watch.
You are all terminated immediately.
If you were a man, I'd knock you out.
You really? Well, go ahead. Take a swing. Take your best shot. Huh? I have 5 brothers, and 2 of them are defensive backs in the NFL, so come on.
You want me to do it?
Yeah.
This thing's not gonna feel good.
I'm gonna make that mustache of yours all bloody.
Here comes the Toledo Express. All aboard!
Please welcome Meagan Good.
Thank you. You look beautiful as always.
Thank you, Meagan. By the way, I wanted to thank you for making the happy birthday video, participating in that for our son's birthday. Yeah,
course.
all the boys love you. You know that.
Oh.
Uh-huh. So you look terrific.
Thank you.
I want to give you, if you place your feet under the camera, I want to give you some shoe cam. Don't you just love a jumpsuit too? They're perfect.
do.
You just put it on.
It's easy.
Do you style yourself on the red carpet?
No, I have 2 stylists I work with. One of them is Jessica Pastar, and she's been dressing me lately. And
Is that the one who's making you show front boob, side boob, in between boob? Look, you show a lot of boob-age on the red carpet, and I'm not one of those people, but there are people who criticize Meagan because, you know, she is a real-life preacher's wife.
Right.
And,
yeah.
So what do you say to that?
You know, it's an interesting thing because, unfortunately, a lot of the backlash has come from the Christian community. Mm-hmm. But there is no me and them. There's only us.
Right.
You know, we're all part of the same community. And at the end of the day, I think, you know, for me, I grew up in this business since I was a little girl. I've been walking the red carpet since I was 13.
Yes.
So what I may view as appropriate or okay, somebody else that, you know, may feel differently. And I think that's okay, you know, I think we're all different. We're all
Well, your
unique.
husband likes it. He's the preacher.
My husband is awesome.
Yeah.
He's so supportive.
Yeah, how's
And-
married life? There they are.
Yeah. Thank you.
How long have you been married now? Like
a year and a half, a little over a year and a half. He's over here. He's somewhere around here.
Are you
But-
getting, oh, he's in the building?
Oh, yeah, he's in the building.
Great. Are you getting baby pressure?
No. I mean, my mom definitely is ready for it to happen,
Yeah.
but we're not ready yet. A little bit longer. We want to enjoy being married and, you know, support each other and seeing what God has for us.
There's nothing wrong with that. All right, so Anchorman 2.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
How did you get that part?
You know what? I was here filming Deception, and
Rest in peace.
yeah.
Sorry.
But thank you, Lord, for it, because it did create this opportunity.
Yes, okay, so
he
you were
always
in New
knows
York?
what he's doing. Yeah, I was here filming, and Captain Lanasa, who was in The Candidate, put me on tape, and she did this, like, amazing Will Ferrell impression, and she was like, you know, if you get the call, just go balls to the wall. So I was like, okay. And then I got the call, and so I went down to Atlanta. I did the chemistry read. I went balls to the wall. I took my shoes off, and I threw my shoes at him in the audition, and I, like, threw him up against the wall, and punched him in the stomach by accident. But, you know, he's like, Will's like, the more abusive you are, the more he's like, yes, that was awesome.
Oh, good. Good. Now, does he stay in character in between takes?
No, you would be very surprised that he is the kindest, gentlest, like he's very quiet and meek. Like in between scenes, we had a little spicy scene together. He was like, are you okay? I was like, I'm okay. He's like, okay. He's like, are you sure you're okay? And I was like, I swear I'm okay. He's like, okay.
Okay.
Are you okay?
You guys have done a really good job promoting this movie also.
Yeah,
I heard that Will has been promoting as his character.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And he even did a full newscast somewhere out in the Midwest or something.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I heard about
in
that.
In character.
He's, you know, he's a beast. Like we saw him in the hotel the other night heading out, and I was like, how are you doing anything tonight? You've been traveling. They, you know, we're in Dublin, Australia. We were all in the UK, and it's just, it's a lot, you know. But that kid, he's committed to it, and I think that's why people love the character so much, because he commits 100%, he gives 100%. That's why he's that successful.
I could definitely see Anchorman 3 and 4. Like people love Anchorman. It's very, very funny. So, do you have any big plans for the holidays?
We're talking about, well, first we're going up to Oakland to see our aunts. Devon has 5 aunts that are amazing. They're between the ages of 60 and 80. All of them still wear heels. Oh. All of them still know how, like, they dance, they get down. So we do, like, this big sing-off every year for Christmas.
Oh, nice.
And last year, Antoine did, like, Tina Turner, and she did the whole, like, and she's in her 70s. So, I mean, she's amazing. So this year, we have to come up with a song to do together. So there's
karaoke.
That. And then,
nice.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, back to Anchorman. Kanye West is in the movie.
Yes.
And what do you think about, you know, being the first lady of the church? What do you think about his controversial Yeezus tour?
You know, I think, unfortunately, I feel like he's a human being, you know, and I think that he's made it very clear that he said, you know, in public that he's a Christian, that he wants to raise his child Christian, and I think that, you know, even Yeezus has brought up a lot of conversation about Jesus. More so than I feel like there has been in the public. And so I think that people have to, you know, give him a little space. He's a new father. He's not perfect. He's a human being. But he said this is what he believes. So let's let him and God, you know, work that out. And he's going to be great. He's our brother, you know. We got to love on him. So.
Everybody don't go anywhere. We're going to take a break. But when we come back, Meagan Good is going to see what's good under the Wendy tree for our holiday gift grab. Keep it here. Get bigger and bigger as the snow falls.
Yes, it is.
All right, we're back with Meagan Good, and it's time for our holiday gift grab. All right, so go to the Wendy tree and pick out a gift for our studio audience.
Okay. Which one should I do? This one? No? This one? Yes? What about this one? Yes? Then I'm gonna do...
Why not? Better than 1 is 2. Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
Let's see.
Let's see what you picked for, Meagan Good. Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
These fabulous sunglasses are from Vint & York. They offer superb vintage-inspired eyewear for both men and women at affordable prices. You're all going home with a pair of these Vint & York sunglasses. Okay, Meagan, let's see what's in the other box.
All right.
Oh, these are good. These feel very comfortable.
Yes, they do.
Too. Oh!
Oh, wow.
I die. I wake up. And then I die again. Look, this is an incredible makeup
God.
kit from Shaney Cosmetics. Shaney offers, listen, look. Shaney offers bold quality makeup at great prices. Your kit's gonna include this palette. Look how beautiful and sumptuous this is. This palette of lip colors and blushes and brushes and more. There are 12 eyeliners and 24 quality brushes.
Wow.
And you can store all of your makeup in this glamorous makeup case. Studio audience, you're all going home with sunglasses and this. Our at-home viewers, you have a chance to win by going to my Facebook page. Happy holidays, everyone. Meagan Good, thank you so much for being here. It's always nice to see you. Anchorman 2, the legend continues. Hits theaters on Wednesday. But up next, everybody, it's time for Ask Wendy. Keep it here. Co-host, it's time for Ask Wendy. How you doing?
How you doing, Wendy?
Uh-oh.
I'm Jasper. I'm from Texas.
Yes.
I own a clothing boutique, and I have a regular customer who comes in, and she always is buying smalls, when in fact she needs a large. How do I go about suggesting going up a size, or maybe 2, without offending her or losing her business?
Oh, you were such a good man. But don't you say one word.
Better girlfriend?
Some of us big girls like to wear our clothes tight.
Well, yeah.
Oh.
You
Does she
know-
ever come in with a girlfriend?
She does, but they don't say anything to her either, and it's not, I mean, it's obvious.
Oh.
Yeah.
Your delivery. You know, here's the thing. Can I just tell you something? Your delivery is so sweet that I wouldn't be offended. Would you girls be offended if he? So you should say something to her.
Okay.
Correct? Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and I don't think that you're going to lose her business. Your delivery is absolutely just delicious.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Very well. Good luck, Jasper. How you doing?
How you doing, Wednesday?
I love your necklace.
Thank you.
And that was a really good drunken how you doing, too. That was a good one.
I'm Rebecca, and I've been with my boyfriend for about a year now. And he's open to having a threesome with his ex, though, with his ex. Now, I don't feel like...
We're still judging. Okay, go ahead.
Now, I don't have a problem with it because he's been done, did that, whatever. Do you think it's a threat to my relationship?
I think any woman in your bed is a threat to a relationship.
But she old news, I'm new meat.
If your boyfriend wants to have a threesome, here's what you do. Well, first of all, I don't like that you've only been with him for a year and now you want to do this. But, you know, look, I'm not going to judge what goes on in other people's bedrooms, but the way to have a threesome is to plan a trip like to the Bahamas or something, and you find a cute chambermaid, and you don't give her your real name. And I mean, if that's what he wants to do, and you're open to giving him this gift,
Yeah.
do not do it with anybody in America. Okay?
Okay, Lindsay.
Okay?
Okay, I got it.
Very well. And remember, a vacation chambermaid or somebody cute that you see on the beach.
Okay.
Okay?
Gotcha.
Good luck. And how you doing?
How you
All right.
How you doing, Wendy?
How you doing? Come on out so your fans can see you.
My name is Dan, and my coworker talks about her boyfriend all day to the point where I can't get any work done. I want to tell her to stop, but I don't want to sound like a hater. What should I do?
I mean, tell her to stop. And you will sound like a hater, but you want to like head her off at the pass and say, look, you know, I really do like you, Rebecca. Not you, Rebecca, I'm just saying. I really do like you, Rebecca, but all you do is talk about your boyfriend. And before you think I'm a hater, please, I'm not hating. Okay. You know, it's just juvenile. First of all, it's very juvenile.
Yeah.
How old is she about?
She's about in her 30s, early 30s.
Yeah, she's too old to be talking about her boyfriend all the time, you know?
Yeah, it's very distracting.
So have the conversation. Don't do it in front of other people.
No, okay.
Do other people complain about it also?
Yeah, behind her back, but no.
Perfect. So then you're acting on behalf of you and all the people in the company that notice this.
Right.
It's distracting, it's sophomoric, and it should stop.
Right.
All
Okay.
right.
Thank you.
Very well. Up next, everybody, we've got holiday fashions for every occasion. Don't go far. Welcome back, everyone. The holidays are here and the invitations are rolling in for all the parties. And here to help us figure out what to wear from Gilt.com. Say hello to our friend Chassie Post. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Okay, what are some of the trends that we need to be looking for this holiday?
We are obsessed. I think this holiday, they're the hottest trends ever. We've seen everything from feathers to fierce florals to the little red dress and, of course, some sparkle and
Yes.
shine. I know.
We love sparkle and shine. Let's get the fashion show started as usual. All of our models are from our Wendy studio audience. All right, our first model is Tennille. Tennille is going to a holiday dinner party, so this is what she would wear.
I mean, Tennille is rocking one of our favorite trends for holidays, and that is fierce florals. And so florals are not just for spring and summer. It's all about
You look
florals
really
with
pretty,
total
Tennille.
attitude, doesn't she? And so we went floral on floral, and this is Loren Scott by Banana Republic. And
Oh my gosh, so it's not expensive.
No, it's $79 for the top, $89 for the bottom. And some of you guys may have heard of Loren Scott. She is, you know, a famous sort of red carpet designer.
Big.
You know, BFFs with Nicole Kidman and Mick Jagger's Lady Love. So this is amazing.
Thank you, Tennille.
Thank you,
You look
Tennille.
wonderful.
Gorgeous.
Tennille was taking her moment, honey.
I know.
Our next model is Valerie, and Valerie's going to a New Year's Eve party.
She
so this is
sure
love,
is.
love,
I know.
love.
So if there, I mean, look at her. I know.
Go ahead, keep talking. I just
All
want
right,
to see if it has stretch.
I know it does stretch, Wendy. This is New Year's Eve
stretch.
to the max.
Show them the back shot.
I know, we've never met a sequence that didn't know how to
Right?
have a good time, right? So this is our Sparkle and Shine trend. This is by Jessica Simpson, just $128.
Wow.
I know, and what we love about it is sort of the new colored metallics. That's actually sort of rose gold and pewter.
I see.
In a leopard print.
As
so
I squint.
Total
Yep.
catitude. And it just hugs her curves just perfectly.
And these shoes?
Rose gold, again, a huge trend. And these are by
Shake-
Zara.
Zara.
Yep, with the ankle strap. Ladies, ankle strap, huge trend. You look gorgeous, Valerie.
Valerie, shoot us a button. Thank you, Valerie. Okay. So our next girl is Katie. Katie, everybody is going to her holiday Christmas party.
Yes.
Perfect.
All right. So,
Love it.
as we like to say, move over little black dress because there is a new wardrobe staple in town. It's called the Little Red Dress, or the LRD. And so Katie's wearing a dress by Gilt.com at $79.
Yeah, I noticed some lace on the sides. Now,
Yes.
is that see-through skin on the sides?
It is.
For the
and
holiday party?
It is. And sort of
You'll
these
have your raise on Monday morning.
Right? She's gonna be. I know. I mean, the holiday office party strikes fear in all of us, but this is a perfect little look. The cutouts and lace are a huge trend, and you know she could wear this to the office during the day with a jacket, some tights, and then when it's nighttime, going to the party, we put on the statement necklace, throw in some strappy heels, and take off those tights.
Yeah, you look good. You did a good job with
Thank
that
you.
one, too. Thanks, Katie. All right, and our final model is Janine. Everybody, Janine is dressed like she's going to a holiday cocktail party. This is
Yes,
perfect.
I mean,
This is perfect. Love.
Janine,
Shake it,
I
shake it.
know.
Oh, I love it. What is that? What is that, feathers?
That is feathers. Let's cut straight to the chase. This is one of our favorite trends, straight from the Gatsby sort of 20s flapper
Love.
craze. And this is by Ann Taylor. It's only $129.
Worth it.
I know. And so this is perfect sort of take on the 20s party girl.
And I love her party top.
Yes, we paired it with a great sort of sheer embellished top, and sheers are a huge, huge trend. So,
Yeah.
you know, when you can see a little skin, but it's not too much. And this top is by Zara, just $99.
And the shoes are-
$79,
the
excuse
shoes
me.
are really cute.
The shoes are really great. These are $26 by Anna Michelle, and we love.
Nice look.
Yeah, a
Come on,
strappy
back
sandal.
up, models. Have a stand. Let everybody stare at you. Thanks, Chassie, for being here.
Thank you,
Another
Wendy.
terrific job.
Oh, great.
For more information on all these looks, go to wendyshow.com. Up next, everybody, it's time for fan feedback. These are great. Yeah, welcome back. It's time time for Wendy Fan Feedback. Earlier during Hot Topics, I was talking to you about Chloe and Lamar. She finally filed for divorce, and from Lamar, and she filed on Friday, and here's what some of you guys said. Marlisa J says, it's sad that Chloe and Lamar couldn't work out their differences. I thought they made a good team. Jessica C says, I'm not surprised, but I feel bad for Chloe. She seemed to always put Lamar first, and he did her dirty. She deserves better. I wish her well. That was a good point, yes. And Sherry L says, after everything she went through, Chloe needs to take time to heal. Otherwise, she's entering a new relationship with baggage and unfinished business. Nice. I love when you guys participate in this show. Even though you're watching at home, you can always do this. Get part of the conversation by get in on the conversation rather by going to my Facebook and Twitter page. Thank you. We'll be right back. Such a fun time today. Thank you, Meagan Good. It's always nice to see you, Sweet Peach. Also, Chassie posts a good fashion show. My co-host, my studio audience, thank you so much for encouraging my mess. Tomorrow on the show, Hoda Kotb will be here from the Today Show, and hopefully she's bringing wine. Plus, Kenya Moore from The Real Housewives of Atlanta, and of course, all the latest juicy hot topics. I so love you for watching today, and I'll see you next time right here on Wendy. Bye.